What's going on, Coldwater Nation? It's Geoff, and today I'll be showing you how to tie a Frenchie. The Frenchie, developed by Lance Egan, is a very narrow profile fly that is usually tied on a jig hook, but could be tied on a curved or straight shank hook depending on your preference and the bodies of water you fish. Probably the best part of the Frenchie pattern is the near infinite possibilities of color dubbing and thread hotspots to create the perfect pattern for your area. So let's head over to the vise and get started.
Yeah. There he goes.
Oh my god, look at that! Look at that toe!
The squirmy worm is an effective and very deadly fly.
What's up, guys? My name's Brian,
And I'm Geoff.
and you're watching Empire Let's rip some lips.
This video is brought to you in part by Upstate Excursions and by Black Dog Outdoor Sports. To start tying the Frenchie, I will grab a size 14 2XL nymph streamer hook and a 7/64 gold tungsten bead head before slotting the bead onto the hook. Then I will get the hook settled into my vise with the shank level before starting my 8/0 red thread just behind the bead before working it down half of the shank, cutting off the excess, wrapping up to the bead head, and then wrapping down to the point of the hook. This will start to create the taper of the body. Next, I will grab my Coq de Lion feathers and strip off between 5 and 6 barbules from the feather to create the tail of the fly. Coq de Lion barbules are much stiffer and overall stronger than pheasant tail fibers, but you could use pheasant tail fibers as a suitable replacement if you do not have any Coq de Lion. After getting the Coq de Lion tied in securely, I will grab my pheasant tail and strip off 5 to 6 fibers from the feather. Then I will tie the fibers in by their tips before wrapping my thread up to the bead head. Then I will grab a length of gold Brassie wire and tie that in starting at the bead head before working my thread down to the tail of the fly. And then working my thread up to the bead head once more. Now I will take my pheasant tail fibers that I tied in previously and wrap those up the body of the fly to the bead head before taking a few tight wraps behind the pheasant tail fibers as well as a few wraps in front of the fibers before snipping off the excess. After snipping off the excess pheasant tail fibers, I will take additional wraps to create a smooth thread base for the following steps. Next, I will wrap the length of gold Brassie wire I tied in earlier and also wrap that up the shank of the hook to provide extra strength to the fly. Again, I will take tight wraps behind and in front of the wire to secure it in place before helicoptering off the excess wire. Then I will take additional thread wraps to cover any sharp edges from the wire. Once I am sure the sharp edges are covered, I will grab my dubbing wax and wax my thread before grabbing a pinch of my pink laser dubbing and creating a small dubbing noodle. Then I will wrap the dubbing noodle around the shank, ending at the bead head before taking a few more wraps behind the bead to ensure a tight connection and create a thread hotspot on the fly. Once all of that is completed, I will take my whip finishing tool and make a single whip finish to complete the fly, as well as further develop the thread hotspot. Then I will cut away my thread. And finally, I will add a dab of head cement to secure my thread wraps, as well as add durability to the fly. Now you have one completed Frenchie for your fly box. Just a relatively simple fly you can fish with confidence the next time you're out on the water.
We hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like what you saw today, consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more.
Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.
Until then, tight lines, everybody.